Joined now by Dong Jun, who was the official commentator at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Welcome. Let's talk about the Chinese athletes. Which sports are the athletes supposed to do well in? And which specific athletes should we be watching for, looking at?
Well, China is now already among the three biggest powerhouses in the Olympics for several editions already. And now with a reduced delegation from Russia, China is very well favored to be finishing at least second place in terms of total medals. So for every delegation leadership now, their target will always comprise of two layers of targets. One, on the bottom of the pyramid, you have to secure that you win enough medals for the so-called traditional strong sports for China, like badminton, ping pong, gymnastics, diving, and shooting. And if you fail to win the medals that people back home have already accounted for China, you have to come up with some explanation about what actually went wrong for the Chinese team. And then about that bottom line, and you need to fight for some breakthroughs, like in track and field, swimming, and some sports that China wasn't that very well known for in the past. So this time around, back home here, people will be watching several young upcoming stars in the pool, like Ning Zhetao, who turns only 21 right after the opening ceremony, and he carries a lot of hopes, but also pressure to win a gold medal in the pool.
And Dong Jun, what about athletes from previous Olympic Games who are making another appearance at the Games in Rio?
Yeah, this time around, 416 athletes will be representing China. I think although it's a new record number for any Chinese delegation abroad to an Olympics held outside of China, I think as one of the biggest sporting powers in the world, China will have between 400 and 500 athletes. If you look at the United States, the U.S. is sending more than 550 athletes. So yeah, but this time around, I think the Chinese athletes will focus on badminton, ping pong, and some of the traditionally strong sports.
You mentioned the strong sports and their strengths. What about the weaknesses here?
I'm not sure that China can repeat some of the surprising excitement in tracks, like the champions hurdler Liu Xiang achieved back in Athens Olympics, and like the tennis star Li Na, getting a bronze medal in Beijing. This time around, China don't have very high expectations in those sports. But China may look into the field, among track and field events, because China this time has a men's jumper who may have a shot at a medal.
And do Olympic medals, I should say, still matter as much to China and Chinese people as they did before?
I have to acknowledge that China is becoming more and more mature and experienced in terms of how they react to the Olympics. Of course, the patriotic sentiment will again run very high back in this country. But China has already hosted the Olympics. China is preparing to host the Winter Olympics in 2022. So I think after having won so many gold medals, and each time this time China targets at least another 30 gold medals and maybe 90 medals in total, I think the nation is more mature and more experienced, that they are fine with winning more golds, and they are okay with losing some opportunities, because here over the last 4 years since the London Olympics, professional sports on a weekly basis are growing very fast. China is becoming the most money spending football league in the world. So on a daily basis or a weekly basis, these professional sports, like the NBA from the United States, are competing for public attention from Olympic sports already.
All right, we'll know you'll be watching it for us. Dong Jun joining us live from Beijing. Thank you.